Hi, this is Jeff Van Pant with Star Herald. I'm speaking today with Michael Callia with the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Born and raised Renton, Washington. Went to Kent Ridge High School, played 4 years of high school baseball there. Signed with Lower Columbia College down in Longview, just 2 hours south of where I grew up. Played 2 years there now, and I'm looking to go back for my third year and looking to transfer to a 4-year.
How long have you been playing baseball?
I've been playing baseball since I was about 3 years old. My brother's 5 years older than me, so I grew up going to his practices, and my dad was coaching. And just growing up around the game, and probably started playing like t-ball at age 4, probably.
And have you always been a pitcher, or have you played other positions?
I was a pitcher as long as I can remember. Ever since coach pitched, I could throw strikes. It wasn't always the hardest, but I could throw strikes, and I played shortstop and infield and stuff like that growing up. But I pitched ever since I was allowed to. Yeah.
Do you prefer pitching compared to playing infield? Or?
I loved infield growing up. I think the thing that sets pitching apart is that the ball's in my hands and it's my pace and it's my game to win, my game to lose, really. So
yeah,
that's what I like about pitching the most.
About what age were you when you started to maybe specialize a little bit more in pitching?
I was always a really good pitcher. Freshman year, freshman ball, I threw a no-hitter, and I realized that I still liked infield a lot, but I realized that I could be a pitcher. And junior year, I threw a perfect game at the varsity level, and I decided that I was most likely going to be a pitcher the next level.
Yeah, what kind of pitcher are you? What's your best pitch?
I'm an off-speed guy. I'm not going to blow it by you with a lot of velocity, but I'm going to get you to chase, and I'm going to get you to ground out to our infielders a lot.
Yeah, and growing up, did you play other sports as well, or were you just always baseball?
I played basketball growing up until high school, and I played football in middle school, but I was all set around baseball.
Yeah. So even playing those other two sports, you were still more a baseball guy than you were basketball or football, or?
Oh yeah, I've always been a baseball. I mean, to this day I still love to play basketball, still love to go play pickup football, but baseball was always my main priority.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about how you found out about the Pioneers.
So I was actually coming off an injury this spring, and not a lot of summer teams are going to take a chance on me just because with COVID and everything going on, they didn't want to take an injured guy. And I played for Coach Ryan Sires a little bit last summer, and I just kept that contact in my phone and knew that I might need him one day down the road. And he just texted me one morning, and I woke up and he said, "Hey, give me a call." And he said, "Hey, I got this opportunity. Come play for me. It's in Gearing, Nebraska." Which is about 18 hours from my house. And I said, let me talk to my parents, and I got back to them within a half hour and told them I'd be down. So a couple months later, we were waiting to see if this thing was going to happen, and here I am. So
what were your thoughts when he told you you had an opportunity in Gearing, Nebraska?
When I looked at the maps and I saw Gearing, Nebraska, I was like, this is going to be small. My mom lived a couple years in Omaha, and she always talked about how humid it was going to be, and how the bugs are going to be everywhere. And so I was just going to get down here and see what it was like before I did anything. And it's not nearly as bad as what my mom thought it was going to be. Yeah,
that end of the state, the weather's quite a bit different than
sure.
It is out here. So had you ever been to the Midwest before, or is this kind of your first trip out this way?
I played for about a month up in Badlands for the Big Sticks, so I kind of knew what the weather was going to be like and what the competition was like. But other than that, I've never been to Nebraska.
Yeah. Was there anything that kind of surprised you as far as a lot of the other players I've talked to said they were really surprised by the fan support?
Oh, yeah. No, the fan support has been something that shocked me. I mean, when I looked on the maps, it was a small town, and it's crazy how many fans pack the stadium, even though it's a small town.
Yeah.
How behind you they are.
Yeah, with your experience with the Badlands, did they have a similar fan base, would you say, as the Pioneers? Or?
I'd say it's similar, but I think the Pioneers outside of the stadium have a better fan support. I think like anywhere you walk around in the town, if you're wearing like a Pioneers shirt or a Pioneers hat, like people know.
Yeah.
And they're going to be behind you regardless.
So you obviously, you competed in the Expedition League before. Was there anything that kind of surprised you about the competition this year, due to the coming back after the pandemic, and for you after the injury?
I think a lot of guys are just more hungry. Like I think a lot of guys didn't get to play baseball in the spring, so they're carrying that hunger, and like just that competitiveness over to the summer, which summer ball doesn't usually have that reputation. So I think it was a lot of fun to play guys that really wanted to play baseball. Yeah.
And for you, you said you were coming off an injury. Were you able to get in some work on your own before coming out here? Was coming out here and practicing kind of your first work?
Yeah, no, the injury or the COVID shutdown really allowed me to just rest my arm, which was really nice. And I started ramping up beginning of June to come out here, and so it allowed me just kind of perfect time, just a little bit extra rest.
Yeah.
And then even when I first got here, I was still getting healthy and stuff like that. So it's definitely worked to my advantage.
Yeah, and does your arm seem to be holding up for you? Or?
Oh yeah, it's better than it's ever been. So I'll take this summer for what it was because it was great.
Yeah, and so you said you're going into your junior year of college, is that right?
Yeah, so I'll be a redshirt sophomore.
Oh, redshirt sophomore, okay. And does this kind of give you a little bit of experience or maybe an advantage maybe over some of your other competition who maybe didn't get to play in a summer league, you think, going?
Yeah, playing summer ball this summer it'll be to my advantage over a lot of guys in the conference, even on our own roster, just getting to compete and get better when other guys not necessarily can. So it'll definitely give me an advantage when I go back to school.
So have you had any interest from four-year schools yet, or has anybody contacted you?
Yeah, I've had about 5 or 6 four-year schools contact me over the last month and a half, 2 months. So we're going to kind of play by ear and let the school season play out before we decide what's going to go on. But yeah.
Do you have a favorite right now that you're looking at, or?
I don't have a favorite right now. I can't tell you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it.